Welcome back. I got a question this week from Brett asking what I look for when I roll up on a river and how do I address that and what am I looking for when I'm fishing and how I assess that. It's a great question. Okay, let's take a closer look at the river that Brett is looking at fishing. We're looking at his river here. So this is just what I found off of Google Maps. Just shows the outline of the body of water, doesn't show any detail. Wanted to see how deep it was. So I pulled up my Navionics app and started searching, looking around at the different depths. And I noticed that in one spot, it's like 57 degrees. So you can see that I'm popping up right there, pointing right at that deep spot. There's also a couple other interesting things about this body of water. There's two boat launches. Now there's one, so if you're looking at this map, on the left side, there's a boat ramp right there, kind of near that dam. Now, if you look at the right side of the map, there's also a boat ramp over there, but there's no deep spots. So I'd kind of ignore that right side boat ramp. I would focus more of my attention on that left side, northwest side boat ramp. One, because there's a dam there. Two, because it's a deep spot going to shallow. And there's also like a little fishing dock that you might be able to cast out to that deep spot. So Brett, other viewers, this is totally hypothetical and I'm just completely guessing about this body of water. I have no idea if my guess is correct. If I was going there and I was guessing, complete 100% novice guess. Let's go to my juicy B-roll. This is one single river. I drove around like crazy today through one town and hit a whole bunch of different spots on this river just to show you how different one section of the river can be to another section. We can see in this section of the river it's moving, but it's pretty quiet. So some good current and flow. Now here's a completely different section. It's usually the section that I have the most luck in, but you can see right here it looks more like a pond or a lake. And it kind of acts that way. There's still flow and current, but you won't notice it as much on the top of the water. You're not going to be moving at a rapid speed in your kayak or your canoe or your boat. So you can kind of fish this like a pond. Now let's look at this next section. Now this is below where we just were. And you can see it's coming over the dam there. And you can see lots of rapids, very aggressive. Now you can see the outflow of that. Now if you see these bubbles where it's kind of white water, that's where I would be throwing my lure, Brett. Other anglers, I focus my attention just where that white water kind of tapers out and the bubbles. You can see bubbles trailing off. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Further down the river, you can see where it peters out here. You can definitely see a lot of bubbles and some slack water. If you find bubbles going into slack water, that's always a good thing to throw your lure to. Now you can see that right in the middle, it looks more slack than on the sides of this part of the river. It's moving, but I know this is pretty wide right here. You can see it's really cooking right there. You can just see it moving. And you can see further down the river, we got another dam, and you can see the white water again. You can see it definitely on the edges. There's certain pools that are just slack water. So any water that's slack water next to rapids or current, you're going to want to toss your lure to. Here's another section. I don't really fish this section too much because it's kind of a steep bank. You'll see here on the right, I can't imagine trying to get a kayak down it. But fishing that right bank right there, I would say would be a good call just because it's steep. This last part of the river is important because it's got a lot of riprap. Even though it's calm, that riprap is the rocks. All right, viewers, novices, anglers alike, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. They learned something maybe about fishing rivers that they didn't know. Or if you did, you can go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, make sure you get your turn on your notifications so you are notified of future videos, hopefully helping you become a better angler. If you have any questions about fishing and you're a novice, this is what this channel's for. Feel free to leave me a comment down below asking me a specific question. If you don't want to do it here, you can go on Facebook. I also have an Instagram if you want to leave me a message over there. Thanks for watching this week. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Catch you next week.